Hey ladies and gentlemen, what I want to do is go ahead and do the setup for Windows 10 technical preview. I told y'all in the previous video that I would come back and do the setup. So first what you want to do is create a partition, okay? And I told you in the previous video that I would actually go over and kind of recap what I said in the previous video. So I'm not going to do everything. I'm just going to kind of give y'all the key points to what you need to do. So if you're in Windows 8, type the keyword format there. Then once you do that, then you want to move your cursor over to where it says create and format hard disk partitions. Okay, you're going to get a box, an app that come up called Disk Management. Alright. Once you go there, then you want to use your current operating system, which is Windows 8 or whatever you have. You want to highlight it by clicking on it, and then you want to right click on it, and then click shrink volume. Okay, and then go from there to set up a partition. And I know it has to be more than 21 something. Because they do the calculation by megabytes, so you might want to go from about 20 to about 30 or even 40 megs, which is equivalent to 40 gigs. So once you've gotten that partition created, then you want to go ahead and download the ISO file, which I showed y'all in the previous video. Click on that. Okay. And we're going to go to we're going to click on this app here. Okay, so now that the app is on there, or now that it's on there, what we want to go ahead and do is go back to File Explorer. Okay, so let's do this real quick. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I'm back. So I thought I was messing up a little bit, but I didn't mess up. So I'm using an app that's built into this computer software called Power2Go, burn disk image. So as you can see here, I'm just going to go ahead and make sure that I am burning the right file. And I'm going to go ahead and burn that to the disk. And once this is done, I'll be right back, and we're going to restart this computer and get started. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I am back. We got 1 minute 3 seconds left before it is done writing the file to the disk. And then from here on out, after it's done, we're going to reboot the laptop, and then I'll show you, especially if you have a Dell computer, I'm pretty sure you already know what to do. But for other computers, I never really had only brand that I had, that other brand of computers that I've had other than Dell was E-Machines, and I forgot how that thing worked. So for Dell, you're going to press F12, of course, but we're going to go ahead and kind of get all these apps closed up from off the operating. Well, we ain't got to do all that, but we're just going to close down what we see here. Once it's done, and check the space on it. Once it's done, see how much memory we may have left. actually ejected, so let's go ahead and put it back in. I guess it was actually stopped to do that. Alright, so we have exactly no memory left on this disk. So let's go ahead and see what we got here. We're gonna go ahead and close some of these apps down here. Close the web browser down. Click yes. And we're gonna restart. So to make sure I won't screw up on camera. So once you've burnt the file to the CD or flash drive, you want to go ahead and restart the laptop. Okay? Okay, you're going to go into your boot options here by pressing whatever button you need to on your computer. On Dell's computers, it's F12. Alright, so here's your boot options here. And I'm going to go ahead and go for DVD 1 down here. Alright. Press that twice so I won't be messing up. Okay. So this is what things are going to look like. Like I said, have your partition and stuff already created once you get ready and do the setup. The setup, according to some of the tech journalists that have done setups and stuff on YouTube, the setup process is all virtually identical to Windows 8's setup method. So this should come as a very familiar task for most people who have had this experience, including myself. So now at certain points, if it takes too long, I probably will skip through it, but right now I'm just going to try and go through it with y'all. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and click OK. Click install now. Hopefully it doesn't give me a product key because I sure don't have one. Okay, so setup is starting. So this is really not shying away from what we've already been used to as far as setting up Windows. So this is very familiar. So click accept, click next. I'm going to click custom, and I'm going to find that unallocated space here. And just for safety measures, I'm going to go ahead and refresh that a little bit. As you can see, unallocated space, 190. I probably even read it wrong. 195.3 gigs. So you want to make sure you highlight the correct drive and then click next. Okay. So I'm gonna skip through this part right here. I'm gonna go ahead and pause the video from right here, and then immediately after that's done, I will come back. Hey ladies and gentlemen, so I'm back at 36%. So I kind of wanted to come in and make a point excuse me, that this is how I personally feel. This is a personal advice that I would give you. This is not advice that most people give when you do Windows updates, but just for a safety measure of the computer and the software, is when you're doing Windows updates and stuff, like when you're upgrading to an operating system or whatever, whatever media you're using to do the update, whether it's flash drives or CDs, like in this case, do not mess with it until you're in Windows. So even when you think it might not be doing anything, just don't, you know, don't mess with it. So when you're in Windows at that point in time, you can take it out and store it somewhere. But anytime during the update, just don't mess with it, because I done seen in my experiences with updating the Windows, updating to different versions of Windows, that the hard drive or the CD ROM drive accesses that CD at random points in time. So just don't mess with it, you know, so early in the update or even during the update, because you never know, the CD could probably, the CD-ROM drive could probably want to go back and try to access that CD. Then if it's not in there, then it's going to either request that you put it back in, or it's probably going to abort the update. So I don't know, but that's just a personal point that I wanted to make. And as you can see here, we're at 62%, so I'm just going to kind of stay here with y'all and finish out, you know, these last couple of percentages. So we're at about almost at 70. So 89, I think that's 30%. So and after getting the files ready for installation, immediately after that, usually gets fast. So we're talking about new operating system here. So this might be a part 1 and 2, because once I'm in, you know, I want to go ahead and kind of get y'all started with it. I don't want to just use all of, you know, plus the file may be too big anyway for just a one-part video. But I might try to just go ahead and wing it and just go ahead and just make it one clip. So even if I can, memory wise, I can do it on this tablet, but if I try to get it on the internet, YouTube might tell me I need to split those videos up into part 2. But I will go ahead and do a one clip on here instead of actually just ending off and creating another video. But am I excited about Windows 10? I like Windows 8 personally. I'm one of those very few people in the world that actually like Windows 8. I really don't have no problems with it. I'm a desktop user. I don't know if y'all noticed that or not from my other YouTube videos, and even now with the laptop. Yeah, and I just kind of gave it away right there. But yes, I am a desktop laptop user. So people like me are supposed to be griping about the fact that Windows 8 is Windows 8, but actually I like it. I really personally don't find any issues with Windows 8 on a laptop. I really don't, and partly because this laptop version right here has a mouse pad that actually supports Windows 8 gestures. So that's probably why I don't have no problem with it. Even the Inspiron N5050 model that we had here, that did not come with any type of special mouse pad with gestures. It just was a mouse pad that only allowed you to, you know, move around the cursor, and, you know, had 2 buttons on there. That's really about it. But this one right here has gesture controls and stuff on here. So it makes using Windows 8 easier even if you are a laptop user. So, but am I excited about Windows 10? I kind of am. It's not, and I think the reason why I say that, because Windows 10 does not totally get rid of the start menu, or the start screen. I mean, it doesn't totally get rid of that. They just only thing Windows 10 really is just giving you an option. It's giving you an option. So if you want the start screen, you got the start screen. If you want the start menu, you got the start menu. But also they built Windows 10 so that it can recognize what device is running Windows 10. So if you're running Windows 10 and you're running a tablet, it'll know that. and automatically adjust for tablets. And if you're running a laptop, running it on a laptop, then it'll adjust for laptop users. So here we are. It's finishing up. So let's go ahead and back out of it and see what we get. I don't have no tripod. I don't have no tripod. Go ahead and let this restart itself. Don't force it to restart. But I don't have no tripod, so I'm doing this all. The tripod right now is my arms, and my arms are pretty shaky, and my hands are too. So no special animations like the preview versions of Windows 8 when they were around, like in Windows Consumer Preview, Windows 8 Consumer Preview, and Windows 8 Release Preview. I know the Consumer Preview had like a fish for its preview version, and then the Release Preview had a Windows logo. So, but no special animations or logos here. It's just simply these little orbs just going in circles and stuff. So I don't know what just happened there. I really don't know what just happened there. I thought it would have just let me choose. Okay, so getting ready, 5%, 21%. Oh, and by the way, usually you hear most tech reviewers bring this into the conversation, but depending on the hardware you're running, it's also going to depend on how fast this goes. So it's been about 5 or 10 minutes now since the update. Well, actually, it's been 17. Well, I ain't gonna say 17. It's been about 5 or 10 minutes, 20 minutes give or take. So we'll give it about 25 minutes. So I think so far it's been about 10-15 minutes. So depending on your hardware, this will all depend on how fast your updates will go. Personally, the Inspiron 3537 here runs on Intel's Core i3 4010U CPU, clocked at 1.7, I think, gigahertz, 1.7, 1.6. Has 6 gigabytes of DDR3 RAM, a 500 gigabyte hard drive, HD graphics, and an HD panel here. It's 1366 by 768 to be the exact. So this computer is relatively new. It's 7 months old, almost a year old, and I've been trying to keep up with it, trying to keep the hard drive clear and try to keep all that stuff out. I clean it regularly on a weekly basis. I scan for viruses. I have antivirus software on my computer, so I try to keep up with it. So as far as I'm concerned, this computer is performing pretty fast for what it is spec-wise. So y'all did see that dual boot screen for a split second, like before it just went completely black on me. Hopefully it'll stay up a little bit longer this time so I can actually show it to you. So sorry about the shaking. Hopefully YouTube can do something about that. So you see here you have two different operating systems here, and it's asking me to choose. Do I want to use Windows Technical Preview, or do I want to use Windows 8? So this is what dual boot right here is. So I'm going to go ahead and click on Windows Technical Preview. And you see they're not calling it Windows 10 Technical Preview, they're calling it just Windows Technical Preview. So We're gonna go in and name it Threshold though, because that's what its actual name is by Microsoft. Microsoft calls it Threshold, but and I know this because even in Windows 8.1, was it Windows 8.1 or Windows 8? Yeah, it was Windows 8, the first initial Windows 8.1, the first Windows 8.1 update. I saw it. I saw it. It said Windows Blue, but that was Windows 8.1's rumored code name was Windows Blue, and I saw it somewhere on my computer where, like, in some type of file or something, it read Windows Blue. So we are actually in the setup process for Windows Technical Preview. So I'm gonna go ahead and stop right here and put in my account information. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I am back. So now it's asking me to connect my OneDrive account. So no, I did not skip over anything. Trust me, this was the next thing to appear after I set up my account, so you did not miss out on nothing. So I'm going to go ahead and click next. Finalizing your settings, and voila. So, does this look very familiar to y'all? Very familiar. They really wanted to make this look as familiar as possible because, you know, they want the update to be very seamless. This is pretty much the same wizard from Windows 8 and 8.1. It's the same. This is no different. So, if anyone has any doubts about how the setup process is, you're pretty much getting it right here. And I pretty much predicted this video was probably gonna last somewhere pretty much now if I had started straight from the boot options, then it probably would have took less than that, but I wanted y'all to see exactly how things work. So I'm gonna let y'all sit here. Because this is probably not gonna take very long. I have confidence in my computer that it's not gonna be that slow. I am very confident, so let's go ahead and wait this out. Okay? I want y'all to wait. Build up the momentum, build up the hype. Okay, maybe I'm just taking it a little too far, but hey. And voila. See? My confidence actually paid off. So, here's Windows 10, y'all. Windows 10, it booted straight to desktop like everyone is familiar with. So let's see if my computer has the same bugs all other computers have been having, especially the tech journalists. So let's go ahead and go to the very first thing that we see differences in at start. So here's the new start menu, y'all. This is how it looks. There's me over there. Okay, so this is the new start menu. This should come as a very familiar thing to most people right here. Now, some of y'all like, oh man, I want that new start. I just want that old start screen. Well, right click, go to properties, go to navigation, and go to show start on the display when I press the Windows logo key. So click apply. Click OK. Well, actually, no, that's not how you do it. me stop. Okay, okay, click apply, and I think we're supposed to go to the start tab to actually do what we need to do. Use start menu instead of start screen, yes. So we're going to come down here and click apply, and we want to sign out. And for some reason I'm getting issues already. So I'll be right back. So here is the familiar start screen that everyone may be used to. Okay. So we're going to stick with that for right now. Actually, no, we're not. Okay, so what I want to do is I just want to show y'all the old start screen that everyone is familiar with. And I think I may have logged into the wrong account, to be honest with you. So let's go ahead and pause, and I'll be right back to bring that start menu back up. Alright, so I am back. Let's go ahead and explore some of the new features here with Windows Technical Preview. You see the File Explorer icon has changed a little bit. You can tell it's changed a little bit. And you see there's a new taskbar buddy here called Search. And if you use that, it pulls information from the web and from your computer. Okay, so that's pretty cool. Okay, and then of course you got that new start button, so we want to see how that works in another video. So that is the setup process for Windows 10 Technical Preview. I will be back tomorrow to review specifically Windows 10 Technical Preview. So I hope y'all enjoyed, and I will see you all tomorrow for the review of Windows 10 Technical Preview. See ya.